Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Now. I'm Stephanie Haney. Today is Monday, January 24th. Thanks for being here for the top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. If you are new here, just joining us for the first time, here on 3 News Now, we talk about the top stories that people are clicking on our website and on our app. So you basically choose this newscast. So let's get started with what people are looking at today. Yes, there is more snow in Northeast Ohio. We have a live blog updating the situation as many areas here in Northeast Ohio are expected to get several inches of snow today. The latest update at 2:45 p.m. from the Ohio Department of Transportation was asking people to be patient on the roadways while they are driving this afternoon because they are working to clear those roadways. At 1:15 p.m., ODOT said that snow was starting to slack off in the Toledo area and the road conditions were improving. But at 1:15 p.m., it was still coming down in Cleveland. I just looked out the window a moment ago. It was still coming down just a couple moments ago here in Cleveland. They say the roads are slick and snowy, so slow down. Here in Ohio, there are 1,022 plows out across the state. They have asked people to give them room to work. Now, along those lines of giving the plows room to work, lots of cities here in Northeast Ohio have issued parking bans, and part of the reason for these parking bans are so that the snow plows can get through those cities and clear those roads. Several parking bans in effect right now. We've got a list of them alphabetically on WKYC.com. Cleveland, specifically, where we are here at WKYC, that parking ban is extended until 8 a.m. tomorrow on Tuesday. It was supposed to lift this morning, but this morning they sent a message out that that was being extended again till Tuesday morning. Some of the other areas that still have a parking ban in effect include Bath Township, that's also through 8 a.m. on Tuesday, and several others which you can find on WKYC.com. Elyria also among those, that's through 6 a.m. on Tuesday. So take a look at that, and here's a reminder. You could potentially be ticketed and possibly towed if you do not adhere to these parking bans. So they are not optional. You do need to pay attention and you do need to find out if there's a parking ban in your area. Now, something that has been a topic of conversation online today is Cleveland's RTA and the fact that they had suspended services during the winter storm last Monday, on Monday, January 17th, but they say that they do stand firm in that decision. They got a lot of criticism for doing that because people do depend on public transportation. So what they said was, as the storm continued to escalate on Monday with all of that snow, I think we had over a foot of snow in the Cleveland area. They said that there were more than 50 buses that got stuck in the snow throughout the county and that there were 3 emergency broadcasts from train operators that their trains had rolled backwards without traction. Obviously, that is a very dangerous situation. So it was then that RTA made the decision to stop bus and rail service until further notice at that time. Now, they worked with the city to get things cleared up and that several bus routes were restored by the end of the day. Here's the statement from RTA, part of the statement. RTA's decision to suspend bus and rail service was a matter of continued health and safe operations for our employees and customers. While we apologize for any delays the suspension caused, we stand firm in our decision as stewards of public transport as it relates to the life, health, and safety of the public that we serve. Now, switching gears here. Let's talk about the latest COVID-19 numbers in from the Ohio Department of Health. In the past couple of days, we have seen big decreases in those reported numbers, which is a change from what we've been seeing. So that is news to be a bit thankful for. There were 9,774 new reported COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. Yesterday, there were 9,932 new reported COVID-19 cases. Last week, we had the highest official total of new COVID-19 cases reported. That was on January 20th, so that's Thursday, 21,664 cases. So to go from close to 22,000 cases to now close to 10,000 cases, big drop, okay? Our positivity rate right now is 27.6%. So for the COVID-19 tests that are being reported, 27.6% of those are coming back positive. I say being reported because we do know that those at-home COVID-19 tests often not getting counted in those official numbers, okay? Right now, there are 31,987 people who have been confirmed to have died related to COVID-19 here in Ohio. Right now, there are 5,322 people in the hospital being treated for COVID. Out of those people, 1,067 of them being treated in the intensive care unit. Now, as we take a look at COVID-19 and who experiences symptoms and who doesn't, there was a study done by the Mayo Clinic that says if you test positive for COVID-19 and you vape, you use an e-cigarette, you are more likely to experience COVID-19 symptoms. So more likely to have those symptoms, less likely to be asymptomatic. They did this study looking at a large group of people. They looked at 280 COVID positive patients who also vape, and they looked at 1,445 COVID positive people of the same age and gender who do not vape. And they said this: the final takeaway was absolutely evident. All of the common COVID symptoms were reported more frequently among those who vape. David McFadden, who is a doctor and he is the Mayo Clinic internist, he is the study's first author, and he said the study was designed to compare the frequency of common COVID-19 symptoms like loss of taste or smell, headache, muscle aches, and chest tightness compared with people who are vapors and who are not vapors. So again, if you test positive for COVID-19 and you are a vapor, more likely that you will experience those symptoms versus being asymptomatic. Now, a resident in Elyria is very thankful today after the Elyria police worked with them to help them not get taken advantage of in a scam. This is a 74-year-old resident, and that person was using their computer, and while they were using that computer, multiple notifications popped up that said the computer was infected with viruses and spyware, and gave a 1-800 number for that person to call. Well, the person was instructed to send $20,000 cash to an out-of-state address in order to clean the computer, allegedly, of the virus. So this person sent that money and then got nervous and then talked with the Elyria police, absolutely the right thing to do there, and that was a report that was made on January 19th. Well, then the officers took action. They were able to track the package. They worked with local police at the destination of the package, and they were able to get that back to that person, that resident here in Elyria, thankfully. The investigation is still ongoing. Not clear if they've identified who that package was going to, who the intended recipient of that package was. But Detective Bill Lance with the Elyria Police Department says this: take time to talk with our family and our friends, especially people who aren't very familiar with computers and technology, about these scams. And a reminder that the most common scams are people asking for payment in forms of gift cards, which can't really be tracked very easily. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the people in your life who aren't necessarily super tech savvy. And, keep an eye on yourself, because some of those things can be tricky. Very, very tricky. Thankful that those police were able to get that money back to that Elyria resident. $20,000, I can't even imagine, especially at 74 years old. That's a huge chunk of money. All right, switching gears now. Valentine's Day is coming up, and that is the topic of my 3 Things to Know podcast this week. I talk with a veteran matchmaker, Natalie Fry. She's from It's Just Lunch, Cleveland, and we are talking all things dating. We're talking about dating trends. We're talking about bad dating habits, how to avoid those bad dating habits, how to switch your mindset from this is a deal breaker to this is a deal maker, and kind of, attract the things that you want in a person, but also to be open-minded to some things maybe you hadn't talked about. We also look at the latest dating trends, and this is coming from the Pew Research Center, and also dating predictions from Bumble and Hinge, 2 very popular dating apps, and a new dating app. We take a look at this new dating app that's very much designed to get people together in real life. It's called Thursday. And of course, I've always got what you need to know in NEO in terms of a special event or thing that is kind of a hidden gem, and there's a pretty cool date idea. It's the Valentine's Day market, so the details on that are in there, and also a couple good follows for you on social media. So make sure you check that out. You can find it linked at wkyc.com/3thingstoknow. It's on the WKYC YouTube page. You can watch it there. It's also on every podcast platform, and it'll be posted on Instagram here tomorrow. So you can watch it on Instagram if you would rather do that. Now, speaking of date ideas or outings, we've got 2 shows coming here to Northeast Ohio. Sammy, Hagar, and the Circle is coming with their Crazy Times Summer Tour. That's to Blossom Music Center. This is going to be a good show. That'll be on Thursday, June 16th. He's coming with The Circle. That will feature fellow Van Halen alum Michael Anthony, along with Jason Bonham and Vic Johnson. Also, George Thorogood and the Destroyers will be as a special guest. Those tickets go on sale this Friday, January 28th at 10 a.m. That's a good show. that's a show I would like to take my dad to. I know that would be a really good time. Another show coming here to Northeast Ohio, Kid Rock is bringing his Bad Reputation tour also to Blossom Music Center. That'll be in August. That show will be Monday, August 5th. Those tickets also go on sale this Friday, January 28th at 10 a.m. And Foreigner will be joining Kid Rock on that show. It's a 24-city tour. And if you are in the market for new baseball gear, the Cleveland Guardians official on-field caps are now available at the Progressive Field Team store. They released the design today. It's the new Diamond C logo, so it's not the block C, it's the Diamond C now. And the Guardians will wear a navy blue cap with a red rim at home and an all-navy cap on the road. And you can pick that up now at the Progressive Team shop. One more thing to let you know before we go here. The Cleveland Metro Parks have a competition, a special campaign to name a new baby gorilla at the zoo, the first ever born at the zoo. So here are the three options. Bakari, which means one who will succeed. Jabari, which means fearless or brave one. And Kayembe, which means extraordinary. Here's a statement from the zoo. They say each of these names reflect and celebrate words from a range of languages spoken across West and Central Africa, where the few remaining gorilla populations live, and celebrate the strength the baby has displayed already in his first few months. So this is a donation campaign. You can vote online by making a donation. You can also donate and vote in person at the gorilla habitat at the zoo. This will go on through February 11th at 5 p.m. The biggest donation total will win, and then it will be revealed on February 17th. That's it for your 3 News Now update today for Monday, January 24th. Everybody, stay safe, drive slow, stay warm out there, and I will see you back here tomorrow with more 3 News Now.